quiet across both maps, but if we get that duo of him and Device, well, maybe Astralis is still in with a fighting chance after all. Fast down through the Ivy, and Electronic will be good for the first. That smoke puts a stop to the Ivy play. Astralis have got no choice but to pump the brakes, even though it looked like they wanted to keep this pace up. Simple's taking the silencer off, mate. He's trying to have some fun with it. Right now, everything's grinded to a bit of a halt here. This is not how Astralis wanted to start this. They lose Glaive, so he's now leading the squad from beyond the grave, right? At least can see what everyone else is seeing. He's like the eye in the sky right now for Astralis, and that whole terminology kind of soiled, so, you know, gonna steer clear of it. But here we go. We've got Astralis going back B-ward, looking to go for this, this inner hit. And Electronic is here. He was just over an Ivy. Remember him? He was the guy who opened the round up. Well, he's here, but 1 point of health doesn't leave him with a lot to work with, tucked behind the spools.
Simple drop Boomich to CZ for his pop spawn. He can come in on a quick flank if needed. Zip still has smokes lining up towards A, and maybe a molly for the pop dog, although he goes back to join his team in inner. Fast out upper, and out there you go. Electronic below. He only gets some damage. Perfecto will drop the bomb, and Dupree's getting closer on oil, but this USP is picking Astralis apart at a range. There's that flank from Pop Dog. Boomich comes alive, and Device is trapped on his lonesome. No way back in, no time to do it, and no package to plant. Perfecto playing with his food, and Device just trying to get out of the doorway. Tag from everyone, falls, takes damage. Simple shoots him out with that unsilenced USP, and it's NaVi to find the pistol.
That sucks for Glaive, man, like, because, you know, if Electronic doesn't land that shot, that smoke that denies the Ivy aggression probably doesn't come through. And it looked like the kind of idea there, at least how I'm looking at it, is with 3 Ivy, I think they were trying to go for that 3-pronged attack into the A bomb site with a player late dropping pop. Then they lose all that Ivy momentum, and they have to go back to the drawing board, essentially. Like, whatever they did have planned had to be completely rewritten. And so that's such a key kill to find. Great nade as well. Device and Dupree, that duo that we talk about, both brought down low.
2 separate nades at the same time as well. In sync on NaVi. I mean, this is a full eco as well. Astralis don't have any skin in the game right now. They are just playing with Glocks and a P250. Crunching inner, 2 here for NaVi. They read well in the pistol. They pulled Electronic over after his pick, and now a similar situation with Perfecto and Simple playing up close. Walking B-ward are Astralis, just looking to run through this smoke as it fades. Simple, MP5 drops a flashbang. They're already out, though. Simple picks up 1. Teammate does die on the site, but Simple doesn't care as he lights them up with 3. Making that money. Dupree trying to bait him out, but yeah, he's just running to his death, accepting the inevitability. It's NaVi up to 2. And Astralis, that was fine, just coming in with guns now. They at least get a kill to soften up some of the economy on the NaVi CT side.
Worst thing about feeding Simple out of all players, every one of those kills, though, is he gets all that SMG kill bonus, and so now he's going to be bringing that AWP out. That MP5 was dropped over to a teammate right away. And here's the thing, like, you know, it's scary enough as it is, but because Astralis full eco that round there with no bomb plant in the first, they're nowhere near bringing an AWP out on Device. So for the time being, Simple is, like, relatively speaking, uncontested in the AWP department. He's given a lot more room to maneuver as a result, and that's why he's so keen to bring it out right away. Like, we've seen a good bit of restraint from him in getting this AWP into play. Not now, not on trade. Not when he knows it can be the God Slayer, or I guess the King Slayer, right? Because he definitely fits the description of God in this one.
Can't be a king when you can be a god yourself,
exactly,
right?
Man, exactly.
Dupree got mollied out. He had to use his smoke to cross out. There's still a player tucked left. And it's patience for Astralis. That's the key to success, or at least so they hope. NaVi aren't giving them a thing, though. Still running double inner into a gun round as well. Confident that they've got control of this outer yard. No one inside of the pop dog for Astralis either. Even slow to approach that position. Bit of a gamble for NaVi. Zip throwing in that Ivy smoke again as he did in the pistol. Magic edging in with Dupree. Timing is everything. And Simple should have a shot and a chance to back off. dupreeh will do the same as Glaive sells the B fake. But even those nades coming down, pulls Flamey back. He's ready to rotate outside as nothing is committed behind this utility. Bomb is about to be spotted by Simple's aggressive position, but he moves and dupreeh runs right in. Matches picked up, cleaned out. Glaive in the sight device, trades onto Simple after a second AWP shot goes off. And Electronic has never been checked on the Ivy side above green. It's a slaughter on the outer site as NaVi find a third round, just getting the AWP as well.
Oh man, it's awful. Like, you know, Simple started the day slow, but now he's looking awoken. And that's so scary here on Train. It really, really is. We have seen, especially between him and Electronic, we've seen some phenomenal moments from these two across this year. There's even that one clip where in the interview, man, they turn it around in like a 2v5, and then he goes, yeah, well, how do you even lose this 2v1? Perfecto, ramp rush. Got a bit of a rough hand here as the Deagles chase him down, and Simple's lost out on this con rotate as well. There's an AWP there. Glaive wants to get his hands on it, and he has. He just runs right up, takes it from underneath NaVi's nose. And look at Zip. Oh, no. Boomich certainly ain't looking at him. Flamey trying to trade it, but Zimnix with the SMG is good to do them all in with a bit of help from Electronic.
What a problem for NaVi. What a fast play for Astralis. It was about time, even though we have two on the B side. Simple picked up by the quick Tech-9 rush of Astralis. And Zip, I mean, he's there so quick in the backline. That's a free AWP, Harry. He said that Simple was running the AWP game for now, and while that was the case, Astralis, filthy fingers grabbing at that gun off of the ground. And Device can now get something done. Boomich has got a Zeus and a Pop Dog. It's a full eco for NaVi. They respect Astralis in this one. Boomich going up the ladder. Oh, lovely stuff. And bye-bye.
That's it, man. You're right about, you know, facing that. You're right about facing Pop. Well, how's that for Electronic from Boomich? Jeez, we always see him get away with that ladder, Zeus. I feel like he runs it like every time I see NaVi play and trade. Despicable. And of course, right, he immediately tries to locate one man, and he puts that M4 in the hands of Simple. Astralis setting up to commit to this A play. And they're only up against pistols outside of the M4, so still the odds leaning in favor of Astralis here. There's Device bringing us back into a 4-on-4, and dupreeh will extend it even further in favor of Astralis now. Simple, with no armor behind this weapon, is going to be hard-pressed to find anything. This hold, he's got to land flawless headshots, man. If it's a lengthy gunfight, he's dead. And he never even gets a gunfight. Glaive swinging out from the sandwich, wasn't ready to make a meal out of this round. And so they lay it to rest cleanly and concisely on the Astralis side, only losing Zip early on to that Zeus.
Yeah, it's a sigh of relief for Zip, right? Dying immediately on an anti-eco, and luckily his team take it near flawlessly after the fact. Electronic could catch Glaive, but he doesn't see the barrel. Oh, going above. Looking for an alternative angle. Knows dupreeh is nearby, but nothing offered up. There's Glaive. Oh, spotting him as well. And no save today, no effect on the eco other than that Zeus kill. And the money is far from perfect and pretty for NaVi too. Oh, just running it back, just rubbing it in. Oh dear, Flamey. He dropped the AWP for Simple to play Glass M4. Not the most traditional, but I love the confidence in Simple to actually get things done with this AWP. It's Boomich to the Pop Dog, who we should be talking about instead. Finding two with the MP9 and swapping to a rifle. The nade is good. And Astralis shut out of the round within seconds.
And he's just taunting you with the utility as well. Like, yeah, even if you wanted to feed me more, you couldn't. He's wrecked them. He's set up NaVi for a fourth. Master of this pop position. Device with his AWP. All alone over at the A site, because the real nature, the true nature of this round is the B play. They go down, and maybe this might just be to try and draw rotations, actually, on second thought, right? Because they don't have utility to actually make the B play happen. Well, they've got the smoke on the back of Zip. That can get them out ramp, but with Device still in main, I do think this is coming back towards the A bomb site. They show the bomb at ramp, hoping that it rotates players over. Boomich, I don't know how he's staying alive there, man. I really don't. And they won't expect him to still be waiting in pop.
Dear.
They just keep giving him kills. Look at that rack of bodies at the bottom of the ladder. That's all Boomich. He's done that to every single one of them, and they still haven't learned their lesson. Astralis is saving. What a horrible call, man. Essentially, your round has boiled down to this, yeah? We'll go pop. Oh, that didn't work. Well, let's try. Oh, hang on. No, that one also didn't work. Well, let's just send one more. Oh, he's dead as well. So, yeah, that's a little bit ugly. And a great confidence-boosting round for Boomich. I think, you know, you've already seen the advantage of having a guy like Boomich mentally feeling in the game and the difference that made to his calling. Because you think about his performance on Inferno, slow start, and NaVi were getting outread by Astralis a hell of a lot. But then on Nuke, where we see him picking it back up and looking good again, well, in that second half in particular, man, NaVi was so far ahead of Astralis in a lot of those calls. The individuals were showing up. It's just a great confidence booster all around, and it makes you believe in yourself even more.
dupreeh is certainly looking stressed, right? Like, his performance has been far less than we expect from a player of his caliber, and dying in that way as well certainly won't help your confidence. What do we have for Astralis? Faster approach, they're tied and waiting as they catch Boomich crossing pop, not letting him take the spawn this time around, but the nade is good right back from Electronic. Astralis, it was all a bit of a ruse, a bit of a bait to keep players on this outer site, but NaVi fall for nothing. Instead, they fall back to be Electronic, moving over to join Perfecto. Although not for long, still scared that Astralis could have a player behind these smokes, dropping utility to deny anyone deep in the A site, but it's a contact play down ramp, and Electronic core trying to reposition. Perfecto with one, needs to anchor strong, but Device is picked up simple on that connector position, and Perfecto is all that stands inside of the B-bomb site, not for long. Magis dinked on the cross, Flamey in a 1-on-2 to get NaVi back in.
Not impossible, thanks to all the damage that Perfecto has done. Device going up the ramp, he's got that Molotov. Magis does as well, so if they are able to get out of this site, it's a good chance. Flamey's sitting on a smoke, however. Doesn't matter, man. While I'm evaluating utility, Magis is just peeking right ahead of it and puts another on the board for the Danes. It's these faster rounds that are finding them all this success right now. And you could tell that they were offended by Boomich and his presence in Pop Dog. They throw everything at him early on. Even, you know, it didn't play into the round, but even sending Zip through the pop spawn, right, to try and get there just in case somehow an annoying guy manages to get back in his position that he's just wrecked you in.
So what were you saying about Boomich again, Harry? Because he's got a Zeus and
He's
Kevlar.
got the Zeus. You know what he wants to do with it? Look at him straight away. Come on, then challenge me. Ooh, yeah. Come get the kill, guys. Come get the kill. Ooh, you want it. You want to deal with me. Think about how annoying I am in this position.
Get out.
They leave. They give him that respect. He's got a USP and a taser. And they're like, nope, not a fight we want to take.
Yep.
Oh, no, Boomich. Oh, surely not. This isn't one that you win. Oh, he's so good at it. Not Zip again. Oh, Zip tased out of the round. And the AK just keeps on going. Boomich in through the back line. It started with a bang, and now it might be ending with the Zeus. He's out of the round. Thanks to Magisk, at the very least, they get it back under control. But he's made this round now doable for NaVi. Look at the information that Electronic has gotten. He's cleared out all of Ivy on this aggression. He could even keep rapping from here, but instead he'll hold his ground. And this now facilitates this really healthy, like, 2-2 split between the sites. And I was going to say, NaVi might even feel kind of confident that it is going to culminate in this B play. So they've got Flamey hinging on this connector rotate. He's very fast into the B site now.
Zip's body just shaking on the ground right now, electrified as Astralis contact again. This is all that's really been working. The contact plays into B that have looked damn good. Simple doesn't know. He sees ahead. Oh, they haven't checked him. Glaive getting one, and dupreeh does turn around. That's a big check, as Simple could have won the round there with the Deagle at the back of the site. Flamey's rotate will be inconsequential as kills not offered up, and only a USP as Electronic makes the long route round Is there a gun anywhere, or have they shuffled it out of play? Magisk missing a timing, but Electronic walking into the AK, and Astralis have recovered very well from what was a terrifying beginning to that anti-eco. A 5-on-3 taken by Boomich and Boomich alone. And Astralis still pick it up inside of that B site. And that's funny, considering NaVi have been running double inner almost every round of this game as well. Astralis, that's all that is really treating them well.
And here's one of the things that's so cool, man, about this train map is that Zeus still lives on in Boomich on this map, like immortalized forever. I'm not kidding. He does this every train game they play. Like, without fail, you will see him take that weapon into pop. And he always gets away with it. And no one knows how. No one can fault him. But Zeus lives on, the spirit of at least. Simple with this AWP, not able to win the fight versus Device. And so the Danes have exploded onto the set. Over into A, all this utility raining in, serving to complicate matters for NaVi. Boomich up close, this time not in the pop dog. This time he's right in the middle of the fray. Oh! Flamey tries to keep it even as he can, and Perfecto does get across into the site, but they've seen him. They've got him trapped here. This might be where Astralis change their minds, and in fact, they might have no choice in the matter, because suddenly it's down to this 2-on-2, and Zip thinks he can seize this opportunity to get into the B site, or at the very, very least, draw rotations over, and that's exactly what this utility has done. But the bomb on the back of Glaive, it was always destined to wrap back through Ivy, just to see what he can get away with.
Oh, it's so annoying, because Glaive knows he has a great timing to backstab, but he also doesn't want to lose the bomb in spawn. That could be the round. He holds off for NaVi to rotate back into an area they think is clear. Flamey could get caught sidelined by Glaive. Oh, he hits it. The scout shot connects, dropping the bomb, and Zip is so far away. Clutch, we know what he can do, but the time is so far up against him. Flamey holds that package. Zip moves in closer. Perfecto from Connector, and oh dear, he needs this kill here and now. He needs something. NaVi not offering up any information. He doesn't see Perfecto. He does find Flamey, but down to the 10-second mark with 20 points of health. Perfecto plays for the plant, and Zip doesn't know he's crept out through the connector. Is he going to go for the fight, or is it the full stick? The fake play, and Perfecto peaks perfectly. Just ahead of time, just on the clock, and no fear in that 1v1. Keeps NaVi up by 1. I love that fake for Astralis, though. That's a really nice mid-round call to drop back, to fake B with that utility. It does a great job of drawing NaVi out of the A site. But Glaive, waiting so long for Zip to come and join him. Flamey even picks him up with a scout. That's sublime. These snipers have been the answer for NaVi.
And it's one of those situations, right, where when you're watching at home, you might be kind of stressed because you're looking at Glaive and you're going, mate, you got an empty A site right there. But that's not ever anything that was made aware to Astralis. And in fact, I think that's the reason why you see Zip come on this very, very long rotate, right? He doesn't pop drop. And that could have made all the difference, but he just doesn't know if there's still a player in this position, maybe even someone who's already rotated up through the pop dog, anticipating the B play. And so Astralis are having to be so careful that essentially Glaive is left just sat in Ivy, praying that he doesn't get caught off guard. And when that happens, I think the Danes know at that point that the round is likely all sealed in favor of NaVi.
So B contacts, A explodes. Those have been the answers for Astralis. The slow-pronged A splits with the players coming from all sides hasn't really been working wonders, with NaVi picking them apart and reading well on the rotates. This time to inner again. Simple sat in upper. Magis on Ivy, everyone else in the halls, but they can patrol Pop Dog as well. Boomich isn't there this time. He's clearing main with Electronic. A lot of real estate, a lot of info for NaVi in a round like this. Astralis scared of Boomich's position again. Remolly comes in. They're going to go down the ladder. Glaive dropping with a flash. Boomich is on the outside. Bomb set towards B. Magis, his timing is everything, as there's no one watching him but Flamey with a scout. And as good as that's been, it's not going to be the one-shot kill that the AWP promises. Simple, waiting on upper. Device on the other side, who has been besting him in many of these AWP head-to-heads, but a rifle is perfect for Simple, and he finds that pickup.
And down he goes, lives to tell the tale, but only for a moment. And now Perfecto, the pressure's really on. Zips keeping it liberally applied. And then there's Glaven with the swing. If you blinked, you've missed it. This is already down to a 2-on-4 retake over at the B site. Oh, and if you thought that was the end of the story, Magiska's even wrapping around up through Pop, keeping Boomich pressured, keeping it so he has to attempt this at least. We'll get one, but there's that immediate trade. And for Flamey, all of his kills so far coming off the scout, well, that might bode well for him getting away with it. It's really not going to be the defining moment for NaVi, right? The fact that they're able to hold on to this weapon, as it's all they're going to have in this follow-up round.
Yeah, obviously pretty reliant on those B kills coming through for Astralis, but Magis Lurk does do wonders as well, catching a player moving out of main. I think that was Electronic. And yeah, Astralis, a brutal execute into B, even though Simple Dex device with the AK. They chase him down, and a whiff spray as Zip comes through the smoke.
It's one of these awkward moments as well. Like, Perfecto is a very, very solid B anchor player, but because he's trying to support Simple and he's trying to trade and he's trying to have these crossfires set up, he kind of gets caught a bit out of position, like being real, right? They're not planning for failure. They're not planning for this idea of, oh, well, if Simple just gets wrecked, you know, then I'm dead. They're planning for success there, and they needed everything to go their way. And so when Simple dies, Perfecto's just stood, like, ready to get triple peeked from all these different angles. It was all hinging on actually Simple staying alive and those two being able to kind of bounce off of one another.
This is the breaking point, not just for the money, but for the map, for the half, as Astralis are dealt against pistols. It's a fast push with the flash, and somehow, someway, Boomich gets that kill instead of Electronic, who can't see a thing, flashed out. Astralis give up Ivy to grab the bomb. They speed it up on this A site where every player of NaVi sits, but Simple has been picked by Dupree, who's having a far better go at things this time around. 4-on-3, everyone here in the server right now. Perfecto waiting for the plant. Dupree provides the cover, and he has come alive with 2 more kills. Flamey Scout shouldn't do a thing here. He has hit Dupree, but everyone's peeking, and you can see how much this means to Astralis. They are just gunning for this victory right now, playing for all the fights they can. And that, as I said, the breaking point, well, now the money joins in that factor. Nothing to play with for NaVi. Astralis could likely run away with the T side of this map.
Guess who's got a Zeus again? Surely he doesn't live the cross. Oh, he might.
Okay, that's the call.
Oh, yeah, no, look, Device. Nay, Boomich, you're not doing it to us again. You're not even surviving the journey. And Device didn't care how many times he put himself out in the open. He wanted to do everything he could to stop that Zeus getting. Simple's looking for it. In the smoke, he's waiting behind enemy lines. I say behind, like right in front of enemy lines, if anything, right under their noses. Only with the USP.
Oh.
Now been spotted as well, so that should be Simple dealt with. Gets away with 1 before all is said and done. And Perfecto, yeah, he found the Zeus, but that one's cursed, Boomich, man. Anyone who picks it up instantly dies. Astralis onto 7. They deal with the anti-eco very, very cleanly, outside of that 1 kill that Simple was able to get. But now NaVi come back in with a buy. And it's a very important one. I cannot stress this enough, how important it is that they find success right now. So we haven't seen that AWP in Simple's hands for a little minute. The money just hasn't really been there. Well, finally it is. He's going to be bringing that out, bringing that to the table. And the reason it's so important isn't just because this is the first time you've seen the AWP, first time you've really got like a decent bounty of utility. I say that, actually, it's a little more lacking than I thought it would be. It's important because you've gone all in this round. And if you lose it, that is Astralis essentially locking in like a real steamrolling in this first half.
Yeah, think about how Inferno went, right? It was a 10-5 start, and NaVi, even though they made that map competitive, you always wonder what that game would have been if they didn't get so knocked out of the gate. This could definitely be a similar situation. It's all on this gun round. Last time Simple had the AWP, he died to Device on Ivy. This time, Electronic pushed into main, punished by Dupree, who is just lights out right now. Simple sat at B, empty, alone. Perfecto pushed in deep with full utility, but it might not play into the round. They're going to check for Boomich, who does catch Dupree and doubles up with a FAMAS, somehow, some way, keeping this round back now in the favor of NaVi, but the timing is good with a double inner. Simple's missed Device, catching himself out of Ivy, who will move back turn into Simple himself. fires off a shot and sees Magic's cross as well. Zip is trying to get that bomb into the A site alongside Magisk in this 2-on-2. Plenty of time for Astralis to do it. And Perfecto is pushed inner to come in on this big flanking pop. Timing is good. Zip sticking the plant. If Perfecto went out, he could have killed that planter with Magisk looking the other way, but instead it's been time and room given to Astralis to set up in post plants. But with every second that passes, they discount Pop Dog less and less.
Oh, man, it somehow doesn't deal the killing blow to Zip. And now for Perfecto, caught out in the open, just trying to run. I think he was just looking to get the AWP out of there. Astralis, they take 8, and at this point, this dominant first half is a lock-in. It really, really is. This next round has got to be an eco, a partial buy at best from the side of NaVi. And now this gets me worried for the second half, because so often, right, NaVi, they're a little more forgivable in terms of like which way they're leaning, but they still normally favor this CT side.
Yeah.
And for Astralis, normally it's their T sides that kind of let them down a bit. So this is definitely a worrying tone.
Yeah, and it's not how it looked out of the gate, right? With Boomich just commanding respect, taking players down in the Pop Dog, multi-killing on ecos. That's really been the only good sign. Simple's had some lovely shots, but again, the money's not really been there to consistently buy up this AWP, and has often been traded after just one, not left in any of these clutch situations. Astralis out the Pop Dog. Glaive forced out with the flash, but sees nothing. Electronic is tucked close, and Simple is in the site, the right site for a change, but does that stay the same? Because this bomb is in Pop Dog. Electronic pushed in to find it, and he's got a double. dupreeh trades. Simple in the site. Flamey picks up another one with the Deagle, and they know Simple's near about as well. The nade is good. Simple peeks with it, and he will take quite the beating, but Perfecto's picked up guns, and again, the ecos could be the answer for NaVi.
Oh, Device threading the needle right now. He's somehow underneath them. They don't know, but there's the peak from Simple. And that locks it in. 6 at the end of that round, and now moving into the last of the half, it has given NaVi a bit more of a fighting chance here. It might be another one of these maps that just ends up close as can be.
Yeah,
similar to Nuke.
I'm all for it. Interesting that it comes off the back of the T side. NaVi, they feel their best with pistols, right? Not just hitting great deep shots, but playing a lot more aggressive, playing a lot more up close. Late Pop Dog push for Electronic. He's been very influential in some of these CT rounds and getting control, getting info, pushing into T-Con. And even though he's been caught at times by the lurk of Magisk out Ivy on those B plays, still being net in NaVi rounds at times. Takes a bit of a beating to begin this one by the nades. Zip mollying Pop. Look where Boomich is as well. Of course he's there. Bomb is back in spawn, but Astralis can grab that one late. They are just setting up their default, taking pressure on Ivy, forcing out those grenades. Missed Molotov by Flamey in the smoke. Electronic trying to cover out main with the smoke as well, but dupreeh is already committed. Flash is good. Electronic. Oh, dupreeh's going to molly Boomich. He is screwed in this position. He should be a dead man walking, pushing forward. Still a player above the Pop to deal with him. Zip knows about Boomich now, and Boomich somehow gets out and backs up. They give him the room to retreat. Take that.
Big old retreat to make, right? At least keeping this last round in even odds. And Astralis, man, they might just go back to the ye olde faithful, right? The fast A play with these nades, these smokes to help them get into it.
They set such a precedent with these contact B plays after going quiet that now Simple, again, is playing committed and inner so deep. NaVi a double B, and that gives Astralis so much room on this yard in the last round.
So instead, now we're looking at these A players, these 3 that are here to really withstand this offensive from Astralis, to buy time for the rotates. And speaking of which, Simple has moved into the connector. Flamey opens the round up. Bomb plant coming in, but Boomich denies it. That's his revenge for Inferno. And now Simple's revenge as well. Up on the train, only good for 1, but the kills are in, and it's Flamey to deliver them. At the end of the half, this is as close as we can make it. This third map is
Simple, often left alone on that B bomb site, avoided by Astralis later in the half. They've had some great calls, some great reads, and dupreeh, a man who we needed, has stepped up massively as well.
Oh, here he is again, flashed in down towards Ivy, trying to go toe-to-toe with the double stack here of Simple and Electronic. Maybe that's a fight dupreeh is glad. Oh, I was going to say that he gets out of, but he actually goes back for more, the madman. Will be hop out of there. Doesn't find anything. Aside from him getting tagged up, which, you know, isn't massive for Astralis. That's fine. They try to take the initiative. They try to bring the fight to NaVi, and it doesn't work. Magisk, very, very scared of Pop. You know how tricky guys like Boomich can be here.
Surely not on T side.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what you're hoping, but, you know, I think Zip kept saying that whole first half, like, yeah, you can't do it again, and then he did it again, so...
Again and again.
Slow pistol rounds, and honestly, this is the kind of pacing you could expect from NaVi throughout this T side, is this very, very slow, rolling default that spreads out, takes early map control, and then just explodes into a site near the closing of the round. That Ivy smoke thrown in by Electronic was meant to help get these players out of Ivy, but Glaive has responded with a smoke of his own, and he tries to disappear through it. Smokes and mirrors down in the Ivy side. Glaive's now behind them. He's let them all flood out. Sure, he might sacrifice some teammates, and so as a result, we need him to go huge here on the push back through. There he is. Oh, the shots miss. It's very, very ugly. And the A site hanging in the balance. Dupree from the Pop Dog will come in with the response, but it's Simple showing up, finally cut out by Zip. And it is just Flamey. He ended that last half looking good. He needs to do it again, but they're just trying to deny the bomb plant. He does get it down, but the kill is immediately found for the Danes. They're up onto 9. And for NaVi, now they're faced with that decision. Do they want to go for an early force? Do they want to apply that pressure? We know what this team is like. We know they love these hero AK buys. Or are they going to prioritize bringing those AWPs out as fast as possible?
Oh, poor Glaive, he makes the perfect play and he just whiffs the shots. The Simple gets him up close with a P250, but Astralis getting hyped as they lock it in. Flamey had to stick that bomb. He knew even if he faked it with 5 seconds and took one player out, it's Astralis. They're never going to give you the double. They're never going to let you steal that round away. And so NaVi have to give them the respect, even in this second. Pistols galore. Deagles bought. Across the Pop for Astralis as well. Dupree trying to give NaVi exactly what Boomich gave them. A rough half, a rough start, but he's not going to play anywhere near as aggressive. Just sat in the back of Pop. Zip spots pressure at B, and he gives it up. Already vast difference on this A site. 4 players, very proactive for Astralis, as opposed to that double B that NaVi run all half. Dupree's pushed into main with 1. And double backs to the ladder as well. So Simple gone from the round immediately. And NaVi with Deagles are having a hard time in trying to find anything. They're barely getting out of spawn. And Orgs on CT train, they can be brutal as well. Magisk shows Perfecto exactly how. Zip also has his inner as well.
And so by the looks of it, they're hoping that Flamey can draw players away from A. He needs to seize that opportunity to get out upper, because the moment he doesn't go, that's it. He's signed, sealed, dead, mate. He's out of the round. And now they know. Now they've spotted these players in main. They know what's happening. They know what's going on the Astralis side. It's just Electronic left, 17 HP. We'll land an Iced Eagle onto Magisk. Now out through main, waiting for this peek from Dupree. But with no armor, 17 points of health, that was never going to be around for Electronic. Astralis onto 10, reaching double digits, first team to do so. And now we've got that buy coming through for NaVi. And they did make that decision, by the way. We posed the question. Well, they made the decision to get the AWPs out earlier. At least I assume that was the case. You know, Simple saved for it. And now goes for AK. So that suggests maybe something a little bit faster, a little more chaotic here from NaVi, to try and open up this T side.
You also know Astralis are running bonus, right? So there certainly could be some SMGs, and you don't want to get close pushed, overwhelmed by an MP9 or a UMP, as Glaive has really been running all tournament long. He loves this gun. Oh, Dupree, cheeky little nade. Boom, it goes. It's great damage. Even offsets NaVi's utility into Pop Dog as well. They're going to drop him regardless, but Flamey eats another, and Dupree, getting hounded down, has to drop that Molotov. Doing a good job of keeping Boomich passive. Electronic's got a timing match. He's caught with a smoke in hand, but he's not punished. He escapes out with his life. Molly off. Astralis using a lot of their utility early. NaVi forcing their hand, and Device with a hand cannon wrapping around the backline.
Yeah, this attempt at something quick from NaVi has not worked out yet, and this is where you need someone to go huge. Electronic has gotten ahead of Device, and Device is clearing Ivy. Device is like, yeah, he's gone, boys, don't worry. I dealt with that Electronic fella. Well, no, you didn't. Here he is, emerging through that smoke, keeping pressure on at the A site, maybe even drawing rotations, but with Zip seeing and now dropping the bomb. It was looking like for a moment there was hope, and it's been snatched away from NaVi. Just Electronic left up in this one, has dealt with Device, but there's more where that came from. Still over here towards A, you've got Zip waiting in the wings, and Astralis doubling up on the bomb with the remaining two. That's a lock-in for the Danes.
Zip all over the place, man. The mow down on B, and then he immediately goes CT to even kill Electronic as he assumes the round is done. Well, Zip makes it so. And great call for Astralis not to rotate off the back of the amount of room, the amount of pressure that Electronic is putting on A. Especially when his name's up in the kill feed, they have a feeling that he is like that solo Ivy lurk, and they keep a double B setup, Magisk and Zip locking down that contact play down the ramp. Something that worked very well for Astralis' T-sides to begin. And NaVi give it a hand, but it's pulled right back. That's a good kill for Boomich. Fully flashed out. Still takes down Magisk, and that's a gun given over if they can get past the Molotov, which is being stalled out as Glaive pushes down. Device dinked somehow. Glaive spraying and praying, but Boomich with a trade. And now not just one, but two guns offered up. It's a discount deal for NaVi as they set up on the Ivy position. Zip's going to smoke him. Dupree spams Flamey and takes control of the box halls. Fecto spotted as well. And back for the bomb they go, but Dupree has called the inner is clear, and Astralis can double watch A as a result, with Dupree up here above the pop.
Oh, getting out main is going to be a real hassle if that's what they decide to do. They're trying to deal with Dupree, because him being here is allowing for two in that A site. He is calling, like, yeah, it can't be B. It physically cannot come in at that B bomb site. And they get the information that, yeah, he's still here. So if we are having to commit into A, which looks to be what they're forced to do, they are running into that double stack for Astralis. They dispatch the best man they've got. They send Simple up to try and flush Dupree out. And now with the utility going into A, Dupree is like, yeah, no, I was holding it. I was holding the B flank. It cannot be B. And this is the genius of this from NaVi. That shot might have given up the aim of the game. Now hearing that they are in these upper halls, but the rotates are already coming through. Astralis one step ahead. Into the B site go NaVi. It's Perfecto with the opener. Great nade to do a lot of damage to these Ts. They get the bomb down, but there's still a chance for Astralis, and there it is, extended even further. It falls to Boomich in the 1v2. He's been lights out here on Nuke, but now he's tasked with a huge clutch round for NaVi. The Deegan with the first, but Zip trades it and keeps Astralis with their finger to the pulse of NaVi, building upon this lead, never slowing down. And in with the 12th they are.
Yeah, not just finger on the pulse, but they're pushing hard. They're suffocating. They're crushing NaVi's windpipe now on this CT side. As that is so unfortunate for Simple. He sees a dead body above pop. He takes a shot thinking it's a head coming up the ladder. And as a result, NaVi have to run towards A, or B rather. Astralis hear it, and they fast rotate. It may even cost them the pick, right? The first rotation does die. It's a 2-on-3, but they have that info so early ahead of time. Without that early shot from Simple, NaVi likely just get a plant and get to establish post plants in a 3-on-3 and are in a great position to win a low econ round. Instead, it's Astralis quick into the site. Double AWP, Device and Magisk. It's good to see Magisk with this weapon. He was the savior on Dust 2 against Vitality, pulling this out in overtime with multiple multi-kill rounds. NaVi, far more methodical pop take. Molly outside, nade inside. It forces you into the nade or out into the flames. Simple posted on the Ivy position with his as well. It was about time we get it, and not against the bonus, but now we've got the 4-buy, so no time like the present. 2 in for Astralis. Smoke over A. Perfecto flashed out in main but doesn't take a shot, so no more information given to Astralis, who have essentially conceded Ivy with Magisk watching it on a timing, and that time could come up against him with Electronic snuck up to the top. Perfecto drawing Magisk in with a missed shot, and now Electronic, it's his time to shine.
Oh, they hear the flash, but yeah, Magisk not ready for Electronic so close, and at this point, Astralis might be eyeing this up as a save round. You know, you've already been overwhelmed on A. You kind of gamble stacked B, trying to read the likes of Boomich on the NaVi side, and you've come up short. You've come up wanting. They do have players nearby, but yeah, it was all hinging on like someone from NaVi overstepping the mark, giving away a kill, presenting that 4-on-4. And because NaVi show a lot of restraint, they just get the bomb down. They're not peeking anything. They're not hunting yet. It is just the save call for Astralis. That's a real feel-good round for Boomich as well, right? Because for once, Glaive on the other side, who's trying to read you, trying to anticipate what's happening next, well, his call was wrong. And so you're going to relish in that fact. On to 8, and a flawless round at that. You think about how like cash-strapped NaVi have been throughout a lot of this game in both halves. And so that at least dodges that for now.
Yeah, 5 alive, not even a point of damage done. And this timing for Electronic was great. It's somewhat bought by Perfecto getting flashed out main and drawing a shot from Magisk. Electronic knows he has his opportunity there, and he doesn't let it go. He doesn't let it down. The only man committed inside of A dead. And yeah, Astralis forced to save. No other choice to make. Double AWP will be rebought. Astralis believe in the system. They won't let one little mistake ruffle their feathers. Device posted on main. NaVi, fast flashes, quick into pop. Boomich leading the charge. He won't rush out into the site. Of course, NaVi eventually always do pull those breaks. That's a great pick again. Magisk dead on Ivy. This time it's a far easier fight for him, you would think, but Electronic with a rifle gets it done, and Boomich running wild in the A site. Dupree doubling down and keeping this round intact for Astralis, but Glaive falls off the top of the train, and it's turning into a brawl in the yard. The bomb coming late from T-Con. Missed shot from Device. These orbs are not saving Astralis like they hoped. It's just Dupree in the pop dog making this round a reality. Simple goes up. Dupree does the same. He's on the long wrap round from main, and Device might even push Inner to come in on Pop Dog with this orb. It's a risky play, and it's giving time for NaVi to not only clear out the A site, but also plant the bomb and pick post plants. Where do they want to fight for? Eventually, they've got to realize this one's cleaned out. Simple sticks the bomb. And Dupree and Device, the double Ds of Astralis in a 2v2 against Simple and Electronic.
It really is like the clash of the two big duos, and Simple is immediately cut out of the round. So now we look at Electronic, 1v2, emerging from his fallen teammate's position. He sees the shadow, he sees it, and he knows that Dupree's there, but the information goes both ways. Noise made by Device, and there it is. Dupree locking in the round. After a very, very quiet series, Dupree bailing Astralis out of that one. It could have been a done deal if he didn't go absolutely huge. And what a timing for it, right? And yeah, we get that clash of the duos. We get Dupree and Device versus Electronic and Simple, but it never even feels like a fair fight. And that's because that entire 2v2, right? Think about the players you've got in it. You could see it just devolves into such a mind game. Everyone is trying to outread the opposition. Simple takes his time planting the bomb. He's trying to discover, well, where has Dupree gotten to? He's checking everything. Electronic is worried about the Ivy wrap from that AWP. Everyone's trying to outread each other, and in the end, it's the main flank that comes in clutch, but Electronic is out for revenge, and in with the opener, flashed into the A site. He's going quickly, but Glaive puts a very abrupt end to those A entries. The B play now looking to come through, and it's Boomich with a big old opener down the ramp into Zip. They go, the Org tearing NaVi apart. So much damage done from this scoped rifle, dropping the bomb as well, and at this point, NaVi are committed to B, whether they like it or not.
And they don't like it. I can tell you that much. It's a recovery mission for the bomb. The smoke goes down deep. Zip spamming through. This Org has been locking down the ramp position round after round. Perfecto grabs it and gets out. That's something. Astralis should know about the possibility. They're already peeling back. They know that a player could have gotten in the backline due to this triple B rotation. There could have been a lurker. A fly in the ointment. And so they keep their eyes on the prize, on the behind, but nothing there. NaVi stalling the clock and doing the same, checking for their own flank. It's a game of guessing, of wondering where the opponent is, but NaVi have regrouped back at B for another execute. I say execute, it's just a Molotov left on Simple. Likely will just be saved for a post plant if they can get to that point. Astralis do have a smoke for it, rather. Zip can spot this, he sees it. Gives him a one and done. Simple with the trade. AWP, time ticking against him.
And if there ever was a time for Simple to save NaVi, it might be here, it might be now. Out in the open though, Magisk gets the better of him, and it's just a no contest at this point. Every round that NaVi have had to win, they're essentially falling short in. And Astralis, this CT side, man, it looks so damn good. They're really in the brain of NaVi, it feels like. And outside of that one little round where Glaber's had the misread, it feels like Astralis haven't let that deter them. You know, they've still been ahead every step of the way.
It's the only round they've lost. And it was just a bit of a gamble gone wrong. Even this was a similar case, right? They rotate out of B when they give the bomb away, but still sets them up perfectly to play retake. It never even gets to a bomb plant for Simple. Faking for fights, but no connecting shots. Out-orbed by Magisk. And look at Astralis, they're getting pumped up, they're getting ready. They know these grand finals are within reach. Another notch on the Grand Slam, perhaps. With a big or liquid waiting in the wings. Electronic isn't waiting for anyone. He runs out upper, finds nothing but receiving damage and has to back up. That's a bomb plant for NaVi. That's something we've not had to see one of these B retakes, but Magisk, again, picking Simple apart with the AWP, and that spurs Astralis on once more.
These AWPs are so suffocating. The moment anyone so much as jiggles an angle, there they are, firing off. And they've got Astralis in for this retake. Magisk is on the bomb. He's sticking it with a smoke down. The molly's not gone through because of that smoke, rather. And the round is won with no fight back from NaVi. It's these AWPs absolutely decimating them. To NaVi there, essentially, it was once the bomb is down, they can't move a muscle. They've got to hope that the fights came to them. And the reality of that just dawned a little too late in the round. The preemptive smoke down on the bomb denies the Molotov. Electronic hears that molly petering out, right? That horrible noise when it gets extinguished. And he knows at that point, well, if I swing upper, there's going to be two AWPs. That's what he's thinking, right? But obviously, it's Magisk on the bomb. There's going to be an AWP looking at me. And look at how well it's gone for the rest of my team. The moment they've so much just peeked their head around a corner, it's been taken off. So he just saves. That really is worst case scenario. This double AWP of Magisk and Device is so damn good. We saw a glimmer of it the other day on Dust. And it's holding up now. Here on Train as well. Yeah,
the scopes are slaughtering, right? Think of the amount of kills Zip has had with that AUG, you know, slaying them as they come down the ramp with these contact plays, dropping the bomb numerous times. And the kill distribution is great for Astralis as well. We've had weak players such as dupreeh in some of these maps, but not only is he topping the charts right now, but there's no problem. There's no weak link. NaVi, one round on this T side, and that might be all they muster in this semi-final. Astralis looking to reclaim the title, the #1 spot, ending 2020 on a high. And NaVi not up for the task of stopping them by the looks of things. They need a flawless T side now to keep things alive, only to open up over time, and the AWPs trade damage. Device on one. Simple low as well. And that is not what you wanted if you're NaVi especially, who need every kill they can get, every shot.
They've stuck players out through main, and dupreeh might get blindsided. No, he's still in with the opener. Now going back into Pop, still trying to keep the fight going is dupreeh, and with a very good reason. Simple, tagged down low from earlier on. He's out through main. Perfecto will find the double, and that has given them a bit of a fighting chance here. A bit more stock in the round. There's Simple, blindsiding Device. And this A player was explosive, man, and it looked like it was going to be all for nothing. But now they've at least got this bomb plant. Astralis, their money's on the edge. They might not even give this one a go. dupreeh's hesitant, man. He's moving into T-spawn, having an identity crisis. So Zip is essentially 1 versus 3. And he's not given anything. Electronic, Like a brick wall, man, just staring into one. I'm moving, I'm wavering, won't give up this kill. And so with it, NaVi stay afloat. This 9th round, a lock-in. And it is perfecto with that double entry that allows that to come through in the first place.
Yeah, we needed some hero for NaVi. And Simple finally finishes the job he started inside of A, killing Device. He sees the barrel poking out from his sandwich position and hunts down the CT-AWP. And like that alone is the reason Astralis is saving here, right? You mentioned the money, destitute. Nothing to play with other than forcing rifles with limited utility. They can certainly get a buy here, but no AWP. And I mean, if I'm Astralis, you know, you're towing the line with a buy here anyway. Yeah, they're gonna put pistols in. Dupree couldn't drop a gun anyway. Zip could have, and there would have been 3 M4s at bare minimum, but not enough for Astralis to be enticed. They know this game can slip through their fingers if they make a couple of mistakes. Dupree's pushing. Dupree's taking names, but he's going to get flamed by Flamey. Zip with a trade. One gun down, the other tagged low. It's down to pistols for Astralis elsewhere.
Oh, Device. Trying to give them a taste of their own medicine. But he's not ever going to get given a chance to use this Zeus, at least not with how this is looking right now. He's just kind of in a deadlock with a man that he doesn't even know he's fighting. Glaive, well, there's the gun, but they've seen him now, and his time on this earth might be limited. They're really trying to force this man out of position. He gets back into the B side. Oh. Device, a couple of missed shots, the dink onto Electronic, but that is the extent of it. And now NaVi, they're enticed back into A on the back of that kill. Simple, almost blindsided, but Boomich, king of the pop dog, doesn't give that kill away. And now it's the guessing game for NaVi. Glaive's in this A bomb site, they run him down, and it's Boomich with the double. Great protocols from NaVi to not let that spiral out of hand at any point, right? They respond to the B upper push. They deal with the Ivy aggression all across the map. Wherever Astralis are trying to take these little edges, these little advantages, it's actually digging that hole deeper. They go into that round with not a whole lot. And NaVi are very, very punishing at holding that default, denying the aggression.
There's a chance for NaVi. Don't count them out of this one, but it's going to have to be flawless. Astralis back in with the buy. This is what they were waiting for this round, and this round alone to close. Device on the AWP. Zip crossed pop as well. Ladder is his. NaVi are going late to inner with that bomb as well. Keep in mind, they can always drop down the pop and split this A site with Electronic on Ivy, and Perfecto still main. But even he is moving through the stairwell. NaVi looking for a B execute. Zip already out of the pop dog and into the B bomb site. Device supporting him with the AWP. Who watches what and from where? Double inner for Astralis. Dupree could flank pop in an instant as well. NaVi are setting up smokes. They're not playing slow. They are speeding in without a smoke. They are fast off the flash, and that's the pick for Perfecto that is traded. Astralis setting up for a retake now. They have to concede the bomb plant, and they don't have much utility to stop Boomich.
Yeah, and a lot of these retakes, the AWPs were very, very punishing towards NaVi, right? It was Device and Magis doing it. Well, this time it's only Device with the sniper. Simple on the other side, and unlike last time, he's not picked up right away. He's still very much a threat that you've got to bear in mind.
Oh.
Spotted, and Boomich gives that kill over. Man advantage now for Astralis. Simple with the swing, but really caught out of position there. And Dupree on this wraparound, silenced by Electronic. Glaive in the molly is sticking it, but the swing, it denies the defuse. It just keeps NaVi in this. Electronic, he needed that. They were on the bomb. That was about to be Astralis closing this out. And Electronic with that swing. The trade just found a second too late for Astralis. Yeah. And so the dream stays alive for NaVi.
There was no kit. That was a desperate stick. Magis gets the trade, but he needed the cover. He needed the kill onto Electronic. Glaive was so low, he had to jump on that inside of the Molotov and even calculated it to a T. The trade is a millisecond out. And without it, that could have been the game. That could have been the grand final for Astralis. Instead, they go again. No more kits, but a lot more problems as another eco poses itself. It's the double rifle save. Couldn't do it last time around. This time there's even less to play with, but the AWP up in heaven, looking down upon the site. Device pushed back by the Molotov. NaVi have all 5 players out in A. They are charging Astralis down. They know there's not weaponry to stop them, but maybe they miscalculated because the 2 guns in the right place at the right time. Flamey sat in the site. Boomich is alone. Blinking, you missed it. An eco win for Astralis. To the grand finals they go, and Magic through the smoke will close it all out. Astralis, they get there in style.